So we've covered term and we've covered the ground lease rent that that our client, the ground lessor, should get. Uniformly, in ground leases, whether they be 34 years, 99 years, or whatever, it is the ground lessee's obligation to pay Prop 13 tax increases. Effectively, the ground lease, for those of you who do a lot of leasing work, is like a triple net lease to the ground lessor. They just sit back and punch their coupons every month and deposit their very nice ground rent in their bank accounts. And the ground lessee is responsible to pay all the taxes. The ground lessee is responsible to pay the increase in real property taxes based on all the improvements that they put on the property. The one exception to this is that if a Prop 13 increase is imposed on the property because of a change in control of our client, the ground lessor. For instance, if the ground lessor is a partnership and they transfer more than the allocable percentage, the change in ownership, and the Prop 13 rules, the Revenue and Taxation Code in California, increases taxes to the ground lessee, then the ground lessor agrees to pay the tax differential resulting in the increase in real property taxes relating to their sale of or their change of ownership within the lessor owner of the property. I hope that was clear. What are the uses of the real property? Well, obviously, the ground lessee is subject to the statutes and rules of the jurisdiction where the property is developed. So generally, the ground lessees will want the ground lessor to say that they can use the property for the 34 years for any legal use. My preference is to, on the ground lessor side, in the Bay Area, is to limit the use to office and or retail use or mixed use, with office on the ground floor and retail use on floors 2 through 4, 2 through 5. And this is because these types of space leases, which are underlying the ground lease, generate more income to the ground lessee, which means that the ground lessor can negotiate a higher rent. There are many ground leases done these days for residential, mainly apartment purposes. But the drawback on this is, my experience anyway, is that you don't make as much money, neither the ground lessee nor the ground lessor, off of an apartment building as you would from an office.